Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Coming in for another Magicraft run. This time round, we're going to be using the Souls set for these lovely auto wands and extra wand space. And still going to be trying to get a hold of those trolls that were unlocked not too long ago. Let's jump straight in. Going Nightmare 3 now, which we unlocked on our last run. And we're going to come through and we're going to adjust a couple of our spells here just to increase our chances of finding that troll. Not interested in having pops. Things like these are absolutely fine still. And we'll come straight in and start working our way through. Let's begin with a relic room. Have our wands clear out the enemies in short order. And let's see, what do we get to start with today? Extra spell options is going to be great for trying to get our hands on our giant troll. And with the amount of spells we've got cancelled off, it should massively increase our chance of finding it. We'll quickly work our way through. Just being careful not to take any hits unnecessarily. And quite luckily these ones are blocking shots for me. And here we are. First spell room. Let's see what we can get a hold of to start our run. Okay, we won't need any resonance runes, since all of our wands start off with a 1 spirit plus. So we will get a hold of Fool and Accelerator for the time being. We will accelerate one and apply Fool to another, and come straight back in for another spell room. There we are. That is wonderful. Okay, so coming in with a Soul Link. And we will hold off on the Parasite for now. And pick up a Prism Core for the time being. And hope for the best. On these chests, a Healing Belt is wonderful. 3 in 1 room. And we got one of our keys back as well. Nothing to complain about there. That Prism Core is already doing amazing work for us, whilst we're waiting to find our troll. Now, out of these, I believe Guiding Fable is going to be of more use to us. But we will swap out Fuse and have Prism Core in by itself. Mana's not really an issue on the other ones. And let's just allow these to clear out. And of course I ran straight through the flames, taking a bit of damage there. Now let's have a look. Pandora's Box, maximum MP, or a chance to restore life. Okay, having a reforge between rooms could be a lot of help. We will switch out to have fuse be re-rolled. And come through for another spell room here. I've got a hold of a hover there. Now, I can't see hover being of much use to us in our current setup, so we'll let that one get re-rolled. We will, however, pick up a charge mode, an energy saver, and we will explore this side room over here rather than the chest to see what we can get from this. I was thinking it was going to be a nice straight run straight through. Back up. And an echo. Okay, a lot of possibilities there, but we'll carry on through for now. Small bit of damage off the laser there. And room cleared. As I said, our goal is to hopefully get our hands on the giant troll for the first time and see what kind of attacks and builds we can do around that. Now, not knowing the damage, that's why I went in with the soul set here. Gives us plenty of chances to have other builds to help us out. We'll keep a hold of the rebound for the time being and start re-rolling that charge module. So I imagine the giant troll is a rare spell. Let's work our way through here. See if we can't get something to assist these butterflies for the time being that we could apply to the trolls later. Let's get our hands on a magic reservoir and another accelerator. Essence of Soul is an amazing find. We'll keep a hold of that one there. And we will start re-rolling our rebounds. We'll apply another accelerator down there. For the time being, we'll put the magic reservoir on the guided fable and carry on working our way through. There we are, some lightning there. We may keep a hold of that and start re-rolling our other options. Let's apply that to our first one, and we will re-roll our echo with a chance of finding that troll still. And fingers crossed. There it is. That is an epic spell rather than a rare. That one was going to be hard to find. Fires other summons as projectiles, dealing damage equal to 10 times their maximum HP. Now that is going to be interesting. Each enemy killed increases giant troll's crit rate and max HP by 1. Ooh, that is going to be a tough one. We will keep a hold of this. In fact, we will pop this down here for now. We don't have any other summons as is, so I'm not sure if it will be able to do something itself, or if it will need something more. But what we are going to do, although a small boost as it is, we will put these on this one down here in the hopes that it can attack by itself without us needing to apply another summon to it. Although that might just do the job. Now I'm assuming that it will use whatever summon is to the right, if not a randomized summon. And I'm wondering whether these kills uses 4 hooks to capture summons and stores them as backup ammo. Ah, okay. So will that need to be a separate option? Okay, so it does appear that it attacks on its own. Whilst also firing our summon out. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Did he get the hit on that one? Doesn't appear so. Now let's see. Automatically charge 13 a second. And then a energizer wand. Now that is going to be interesting options. I believe the Energizer Wand is going to be a better option there. Purely because the butterflies are lower. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply acceleration there. Now we should have probably left the pops on now that I know that it can use it to fire out towards other enemies. Replica gloves is always nice, and silver compass is great for chests and side rooms. But we will take the gloves and leave it at that. And we'll come through into the Eternal Fortress. Now that we know that he stays with us, we're going to want ways that it can sink its attacks in. And we'll need a way to keep it alive. So a troll serum, or several, would be great. But we'll have to wait and see what we can get a hold of. Another soul link and a venom crystal are always going to be good. So let's apply our soul link there. Apply acceleration there. And a venom crystal there. Hold on to our key for a side room rather than a chest until we can get our hands on more keys. There we are. Just letting our troll clear the room a bit. And looks as though he can shoot through walls as well. Very nice. Random item in the shop. Temporary shield. I'll go with the temporary shield for now. And then we'll carry on through clearing rooms. Now the next relic we ideally want would be a rogue's cloak. But for the time being, extra spell options isn't anything to scoff at. And give us a better chance of finding more summons to pair up onto our wands here. And thanks to us having wand spirits, our cap is actually quite large for the amount of summons we can have out for these trolls to use. Speaking of, we will start re-rolling one of these here. And there's that side room we wanted. We can possibly get ourselves a nice plus spell, possibly even a rare or epic, if we are very lucky. Trench shoulder guards. That's one. That's 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3. I'm losing track of where I'm going. 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1. Essence of Soul Plus and a hat of Cthulhu. Okay, now this is a wonderful setup. So that will give us extra summons that can be used in a fight. We're not going to be touching the purification potion. We will take the damage. That gives us a chance to do a holy chest. Well, cursed chest, rather. Using the holy potion. And with no keys, we will have to hold off on anything else we're doing for the time being. Core of Thunder is amazing. And we'll take the Boundary Stone move to be refreshed. So we'll take that one out and apply it to our full spell. so it can go a bit faster. Emergency potion for temporary shield. And we'll come through for more relics. Yep, seems as though he is pulling in our tentacles. And he is now electrified as well. Stick with the shoulder guards. Keep that shield building up as we go through. And in to fight the elite of this floor. And he is absolutely sinking in damage there. Now, options available. I think we've got to take our full plus. And a capacity expansion stone could definitely come in handy. We have autonomous grimoires. HP isn't anything amazing, but they are an extra summon. So we will hold on to that for now. And we'll keep a hold of full, and we will re-roll our charging mode. Energy saver, rather. Just wait for them to clear out. And what we're going to want is a better wand for some of these other summons going forward as well. Give them a chance to shine. Still no keys as it is, but that is fine. Oh, taking a lot of shield damage there. Now, Pillars of Light are summons, so we will take them. And Reflection is also quite an interesting choice. I'm wondering whether the shots done by our troll can be reflected. Let's take this. We'll hold on to that Chaos Potion for the time being, in hopes that we come across a statue. Now, we switch out our butterflies there. We will keep full on it. But we will health link our Pillars of Light rather than our Head of Cthulhu. And what we will do is we will switch these rounds and put our tentacles on a better wand. We will also give them full. And the Thunder Core. There we are, that should do absolutely wonderful. Carry on as he launches Pillars of Light across the room. Now that is an attack. Unfortunately, it looks as though that troll had expired. So we do want to get ourselves a better wand for our troll, more space and some troll serums. Possibly the ones that heal within a certain range as well. As he is doing some solid damage right now. Let's just allow him to do what he needs to do. Still no keys, unfortunately. But he is doing quite a lot of critical strikes. So let's do that. His damage is reduced thanks to reflection, but that means that his attack should be reflecting between. So it seems as though with the explosion that isn't happening, so we will move the reflect for the time being. But being able to attack through walls like this is quite an amazing opportunity. There we are. We will increase our damage by 20% and start boosting our health. Now just wait for him to clear the room. And he is doing absolutely amazing. Quickly rising to the top of my summons list. Especially for wide area clears like that. Paired with these pillars of light. Arming up with multiple ammo. There's not much more I could ask for. Now, it looks as though we're going to need to keep on rolling through on these spells. Ideally, if we could get our hands on more pillars of light, providing him with more ammo, alongside anything that can boost their health, such as these soul links, and that would be ideal. Let's apply our hands there. And we will start re-rolling reflection. We will re-roll the autonomous grimoire now, actually. Right. And it seems as though we've got a chance to remove curses here. 1-on-1, not bad at all. And heading into the boss. Now, strong traction is quite an interesting one there. That's going to leech his attacks out according to critical damage. Unfortunately, we are going to lose the troll in this room. But he should remain spawning in. And there he goes. Putting in a lot of good damage. Unfortunately, a couple of hits in there, but our shield took the brunt of it. we are getting our last wand for this floor. Now that is an option worth having. And if we remove these down onto here, we will apply our reflection. We will put our pillars of light onto a better wand. We'll keep the full plus. Let those re-roll. And for the time being, we will apply our prism cores to this wand with a reflection, and we will re-roll our 4th butterfly. Now, ward charm, soulbone mantle, gain shield points. That is a lovely option. And just in case, we will leave those for sure. I am not interested in having the revives. So move on to the Pilgrim's Passage. A quick recap on what we've got going at the moment. We have our Hand of Cthulhu's being spawned in, our Pillars of Light being spawned in, another set of Hand of Cthulhu's, the Giant Troll. Every kill we get is going to spawn a Hand of Cthulhu++, the Skull of Cthulhu, and a few Prism Cores just to fill space for the time being. The reason for having this many summons is all about the Giant Troll being able to pick up and shoot and deal damage based on the health of our other summons. So ideal candidate for that will be the Skull of Cthulhu, but thanks to our health link we are boosting up the HP of our Pillars of Light, and between our Hands of Cthulhu's and everything else going on, we're going to be putting in a lot of damage. And we're actually going to add in our energy saver there. And we'll come to the shop to see if there's anything else we can fill out to boost this up even further. Now, another Skull of Cthulhu, and another Hand of Cthulhu. So those will be wonderful additions to what our wands are summoning out. Ideally we will combine these as we get further on and let them build up into stronger creatures, all to get fired off by our Giant Troll. And a Siege Maker would also make for a lovely wand for our Giant Troll to be on. Which we could do by replacing one of these smaller ones. Then we keep our damage bonus, we keep our traction, we apply our Giant Troll, and for the time being, yes, I am doing okay. I hope you're doing well as well. Now, for the Pillars of Light, I am using them to block some shots, but my hope is, And you'll see as I move into the next room, our giant troll who's wandering around here can currently load up 4 of my summons and fire them off into the enemies. And he tends to go for the pillars of light. And you'll see him load them up into the cannon he's got on his shoulder there. So, as he comes in, you'll notice he's picked one up there and he's started firing them off into the crowd. And he is doing some absolutely amazing damage with them, whilst I get to sit back and let my wands do their work. Now, taking a bit of dodge where I've not been able to find the ranger's cloak at the moment is definitely going to be useful. But I've paired up my pillars of light here with the energy saving mode because it doesn't affect their health or how much they can block. Oh, the troll is amazing. This is my first time playing with it. I unlocked it about 2-3 games ago now. And I wanted a chance to come in and try him out. And I was lucky enough to pick up a Essence of Soul, which gives them new abilities as well. Alongside the Soul Link to boost up their health. It is a ridiculous amount of damage they can get out. So you'll see here that it can fire projectiles, dealing 10 times the max HP of whatever it's firing. Every time it does manage to get a kill, it's going to increase its own max HP and its crit rate. And with the essence effects, it can now hook up to 8 other summons and store them as backup ammo. So I'm up to 193% bonus right now. So as I keep on going, that is going to keep on building up. My only hope right now is if I can find myself the Prospector's Pickaxe, the Rogue's Cloak, and the Enchanted Coin, then I should be able to massively boost all my damage and avoid a bit more damage. But I've had not much luck. You've unlocked everything, but honestly, I know how you feel. I've got a couple of spells that I've unlocked 200 hours ago in the game, and I've still yet to find it on a playthrough. I got extremely lucky with this one because it's an epic spell, and I just picked it up in a normal spell room. I believe so. I don't think this troll has been alive long enough to be getting 193 kills, so I think it is stacking up on the spell, kind of like the Avada Kedavra. So the more kills it gets, the stronger it grows. Which is a huge help, because it means if you get it quite early on like I did... Thank you. But yeah, if you manage to get it quite early on, then it will just keep on stacking up, and so, as you know from coming into these types of rooms, that is going to be a lovely amount of extra kills on there. So it's only registering 2 right now. But I think my other summons are still doing quite a bit of work. I was hoping to find myself more Pillars of Light to be able to get those going, so he was the only one doing damage. But I've not had any luck in finding those yet. But sitting anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 damage a shot isn't anything to worry about. Let's go for extra temporary shield, just save my normal shields. Now I've got myself the pit to find another epic spell. So hopefully, a chance I could get my hand on another troll here. If I'm lucky. I'll take our added crit rate and a slime crystal for now. Since I've got the space on the wand, I'll pop that there, and I'll feed the slime crystals straight to the hole. Halfway transmission, which I seem to get every game as I come through here. Now, keep on running for spells. See if I can't get myself more of these pillars of light. Not only for sinking damage in, but also blocking all of these shots. Oh, okay. So having the troll serum is going to be amazing. Not sure I want the cadaver explosion though, for the time being. So definitely troll serum. And a split could be an interesting one. I would increase my MP cost. But, for instance, if I put in troll serum on our pillars to boost their health up, that'll be extra damage that my troll is doing. And if I apply split to our tentacles, oh, extra key, very nice. First one I've seen in about 20 rooms. Actually, we're going to hold off on our split for the time being. Hopefully get our hands on a better wand for it all. There we go. And just allow him to clear out the room bit by bit. Now, AoE damage is amazing. Let's keep going for relics. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I took a bit of a break from it myself for quite a while. And then just recently got back into it after seeing the sheer amount of updates it had gone through. And wanted a chance to see if I could make anything interesting as I went through. And I've got to say, for my first time using the troll, by far my favourite summon now. As its crit rate is obviously going to be maxed out at this point, so it is all coming down to extra health, but that's got to be coming up on 500, 600 health right now. And there we go, another pillar of light as well. Okay, that is an amazing find. We are actually going to pop that in there. And this is my first time actually checking this. The Essence of Soul ability on the Pillar of Light. Once every 2.5 seconds when their enemies within 1.8 meters, an attack will be triggered. Okay, so that... I don't know why I never thought of using it before, but that is amazing. Having a Pillar of Light that can attack an enemy. Oh, that is insane. I'm gonna... Yeah. I'm gonna need to keep that kind of on a note somewhere. So I would love to try and make a Pillar of Light run where they're the ones dealing damage, and that's all I need. So Essence of Soul, Pillar of Light. And pair that up with some damage bonuses, a couple of crit rates. Maybe attraction as well, so it gets some added damage being put out. Oh, that's gonna make for some really fun runs. I might attempt that one for tomorrow's run. But I mean, you'll see right there. Normally I struggle with this boss. His patterns are all over the place. I didn't even see his health bar pop up. That's just too good. Skull of Cthulhu's definitely going to be a good option here. And we would take the Boundary Stone, or... neither of these are really going to do much for me right now. But that will give me the option to... and another Pillar of Light. I'm just getting all of them now. I'll put our Boundary Stone in. And we'll let that one switch over. Hopefully pick up some more Pillar of Lights as I go. We will, however, put our Skull of Cthulhu Plus on this one and switch out our Hand of Cthulhu. Since these have more health, so in theory if they do get picked up, should deal a lot more damage to anything they hit. Now just make sure I stay within my pillars. And the AoE on this as well. I need some... Well, I need to get myself a bigger wand so I can put in the effect radius for larger AoE. See if I can't get a full map clear off a single shot. We'll keep on coming through on this side. Let's just wait for him to clear the room. Definitely making quick work of quite a few of these. No, it doesn't surprise me that he is struggling on that side. And considering this is my first time heading through on Nightmare 3 as well, I mean, insane amounts of extra health on the enemies. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Ground spikes and invisible wings. I don't need invisible wings because I've already got flight. And I don't need immunity from these because I've already got... yes, so I've worked my way up over the last 2 days from Nightmare to Nightmare 1 to Nightmare 2, and today is my first Nightmare 3 run. So when I took my break, I think they had only just brought in the 3rd area, so reaching the end of this section would have been the end of the game. Obviously now we've got 2 more on top of it. Now let's come through for coins. Yeah, no, I took a long break from this one. I tend to bounce around games quite often. But when I picked up the Steam Deck, I found that having Magicraft on the Steam Deck was absolutely amazing. And eventually I came back over onto my main PC and started playing it here as well. But it is just a perfect game for jumping into, killing a bit of time. Well, I say a bit of time. Now on these nightmare runs, you're looking at, let's say, hour and a half, 2 hours a run, depending on how well you're doing. And if you manage to find a reboot key as you're heading through. Now take a hold of the split and the Sword of Judgment for now. Sword of Judgment's another one of those ones that I have just thoroughly enjoyed using. What's the best combination you found so far as you've been playing through? And take another refresh potion there. And carry on travelling through the rooms. I'll say so far, seems as though I tend to fall back on poison in a lot of my runs. The added tick damage on top of any high DPS spells such as rune cores, for instance. Rune cores were absolutely amazing for it. Let's take the beast fangs on this one. So having things like the prism core, not rune core, getting them mixed up between rune hammers and prism cores. But yeah, having prism cores and using split and multicast alongside the poison, you can stack in so much so quickly. And yesterday's run actually, I ended up using prism cores and rune hammers, and yep, poison stack and the see, I haven't unlocked the magic vine yet. I know of it and I want to get it because it'll be a massive help, but I haven't got a hold of that one yet. So far the couple of runs I've had where I've had the magic shield, I've had area boost, yep. I know of area boost as well. Another one that I'm so looking forward to unlocking, and hopefully can unlock at least one of them at the end of this run, as long as I don't die off before then. But god, yeah, having the magic vine and having the mana shield, and then I think yesterday's run would have been a perfect setup for it because I had ones that were increasing the regen rate of all my other ones. I had ones reducing the spell cost of all my other ones. Boost spell, added things from area boost, mana regen, 100. Ooh, that is insane. The closest I've come to that without being able to have the magic vine was having the mana shield and the tranquil blooms, magic reservoirs and stuff on the wand with the mana shield, and then I also managed to get a hold of the wand that allows you to pull mana from it so long as like you've used up mana in all your other wands. So I got a hold of that one with some capacity stones and some more of the magic reservoirs. Yep. Combining those two together, like I want to do that with capacity stones and the magic vines instead, because if I've got that wand and I just max it out, as many capacity stones as I can find, as just a magic vine in there, you've got unlimited mana for any wand you want at that point, because you don't have to worry about stacking in any spells for it. So I am curious about how large you can make a wand. Is it just going to come down to the length of your screen? I've yet to see someone stack that many capacity stones on something. I'd love to get my hands on some extra troll serums. Let's go with accelerator and forced cooldown. I will definitely take that damage plus though. And I am filling up on space here. Right, let's go for some bonus health. Just try and keep myself alive a little bit. Oh, we do have another unique spell for free here though. There we are. Oh yeah, not no problem. I was just talking about what was it? It's the capacity stones. So with the capacity stones on that wand, I'm wondering how much space you could make for getting a magic vine in there. Because I've not seen someone stack them in to the point where it goes clear across the screen. And is there a limit to how large you can make a wand? Like, will it drop down a layer, or is it purely down to the length of your screen as to how much space you can make? Let's drop a butterfly for this one. Oh, okay. Reverse casting method. Extra spell slot, reverse casting speed +4. Not had that one before. Five capacity stones, long as your screen with 2 extra slots, which are from, yep, okay. I'm gonna have to have a play with that at some point. So I know I could go and test these out in the little side room back at the camp, but not quite as fun. I prefer troubleshooting all this stuff in actual runs so I can see what it does against the enemies rather than those test dummies. It's like this, for instance. I mean, I know they're about to get wiped out thanks to this lovely transition here, but they should all come back in. Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh. That is 480% that he's up to now. See, this one's always a bit of an odd one. No regeneration, simultaneous casting, and every 10 seconds the wand will restore all magic points. I mean, technically it will be better than one of my base ones that I've got. Especially ones that don't need it to be casted quite often. So we will take this one here for now. And that is probably the best blood relic that we could have found. Merlin's beard to double the amount of summons I can have. But it doesn't affect the wand spirits. Oh. So we could, if I didn't have the soul set on. Because I've got the soul set, that means that we can't exceed the summon limit. If this were a normal run, I would have been able to have 2 trolls at that point, which would have been ridiculous amounts of damage. Oh, benefits and drawbacks of the soul set. 4 extra wands. I'm sorry, 3 extra wands rather. But limits on certain things. I'm not going to waste my health on these for now then. But I'll have to come through on maybe the alchemist. I do love getting my potions. But the hope is that this should do more than enough for what we're after. And to top it all off, there is a troll serum. So we will apply that to these here, boost up their damage even more. Now, I've not managed to get my hands on a prospector's pick this run. But I've not had that many relics at all compared to most of my runs. So I will re-roll a lot of these when I get the chance to. I could use the Grimoire for exceeding the limit. Although the Grimoires have very low health, and if they get killed, the troll they summoned will go with them, unfortunately. At least I think that's how that one works. Ah, no. Okay, so they could be used for the troll, in theory, but they would constantly respawn the troll. And I'm not sure whether they would spawn a base level or whether they would use the one that is here. But I did just get another troll serum as well, so that is very nice. Let's carry on re-rolling these. Get ourselves a HP boost. If I get my hands on another autonomous grimoire, I will try that out and see if I can't have 3 trolls dealing damage across the map. Oop. Now, what I'd love to get is a parasite and a troll serum for the troll itself. That would give me a lot of great options. Well, not so much great options, but a higher attack speed. Wait for my troll to come back in. I am so glad that he can attack through walls. There we go. let's take our healing belt on that one. We'll go for the spells just in the off chance we can find more troll serum or a parasite. Umbilical would be a nice one. Straight down through the middle. That is a lot of enemies. There we go. Hey, there's the autonomous grimoire. Oh, and a core of flame. Oh, okay. I can't pass up the core of flame. Oh, how am I going to do this? I think we put our strong traction on our walls that can damage. We don't need the crit rate. And that means we've got space to do Core of Flame and Autonomous Grimoires. Now I've got no idea whatsoever if this is going to work. But I can hope for the best. Okay, balanced out, but got max MP. And in for a relic room. Right. So I see one troll. And the grimoire did not survive long enough right now. Oh god. Extra spell selection it is. Let's move that one down. I'll put a damage boost on there. And come in to do money next. Okay, yeah, we've got 2 trolls in. And 2 grimoires. Now, question is, do I keep both trolls traveling between rooms? I lose both trolls. Okay. That is fine. It does slow things down a little bit though. I think I'll keep it as the 1. That is perfect timing. I'll put on a range boost for its attack. And we will re-roll in the hopes of pulling more pillars or troll serums. Yeah, we'll only take 3 off. Couple of keys. You know, coming in with a skeletal centaur. There we go. Let's just let him sink his damage in. Not quite doing the damage I'd hoped for. But I'm sure we could get that improved. There we are. Obviously, something like this here. Increase DPS based on mana, one's max MP. And that would actually probably be the Siege Maker if I did anything. Okay. We can probably do something there with that. So if I switch these over, my range enhancement. I don't think I need the health boost through Soul Link anymore. So I'll leave that one there. I'll add our damage boost. I'll pop that one on there. I will apply our extra mana there. And then HP of 19, HP of 42, 42, 42, and 210. There we are. 294. Yeah, I think you might just have to remove the pillars of light. And we will lose our defense from it. But that gives me the option of having Troll Serumed Head of Cthulhu's. And if I put on the Sword of Judgment to be re-rolled. I'll keep a hold of these in case I can combine them. That'll boost their health up. And we will put on another Soul Link, 294, 294. Just a check. Okay, so it doesn't actually change anything until they are down. Now, let's put these down here. Don't really need a Venom Crystal anymore. We can put full on this one. We won't need that. Let's see what they're giving us here. Ooh, okay. Strong traction. Sword of Judgment, Evil Slayer. So we put on our Evil Slayer with a energy booster and a split. We put our strong traction down the bottom. We re-roll the Sword of Judgment Plus. put another split on our sword there. And our tranquil blue comes up here to increase our rate. I think that should work. And we'll come into our processing room. Right, pillar plus. HP of 30. Not really doing much. And then navigate. Yeah, we can do better. Reflection plus. Mimic plus. Okay, Mimic plus could be good. Accelerator, rainbow. Full we don't need. Overscatter we don't need. Energy we don't need. Orbits a no. Okay, overload. Overload is a must. We don't need full or split. We don't need the tranquil. Okay, Soul Link plus is good. Let's have a little look. Okay, so that's going to cost how much to cast? 203. Pretty much everything in the wand. Okay. Yes. Runes. Yeah, honestly, it was absolute pure luck that I managed to get it. I mean, for me to come across epic spells, it's so rare. I've got no idea how or why it happened, but I'm glad it only took me, well, it was the second run looking for it, so it only took me the 2 runs before I finally came across it. Let's see, can I get, that's too good to pass up. Okay. I don't think I've got anything else I can really... Nope. And how much is that costing me now? 253.9. 259. I've got it right up to the limit. Okay. So I've only got the Head of Cthulhu's. Troll Serum is a normal, so we will re-roll normals from now on. But then again, the Head of Cthulhu's, Skull of Cthulhu's, are rares. See, I guess, and possibly. Even with the upgraded chance, I believe my spell chance is maxed out as well. Normally, I don't find any of the spells I want when I'm looking for them. I will take the Hand of Cthulhu and the Precise Shot. And the Force cooldown, I guess. So that'll be another one that I can combine later now. go. And these ones are just reloading his ammo. Ah, there it is. Chance to gain relics. Okay. We want... not that one. Stagnant drop could be nice. But unable to see my current status and resources. Ooh. Yeah, no. Not this late through. Still nothing there that I want. Let's just let him sink this damage in. Shield damage I didn't want to take. Ooh, do I come back to reprocessing? Side room? Ooh, okay, I do love these rooms. Oh, and there's a troll in there. Oh, God. So that's 2 in 1 run if I manage to get that. A coin. Two coins. I'll do one more. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that troll. That's 80 life on the next one. Yeah, I got faith. And a curse. Oh God. Right, no, I can't waste any more life on that. Also, I can't stand still anymore. It would have been so nice to get a second troll though. Okay. Come on. There we go. Just clean them out. I was really hoping that I'd manage to get my hands on a second one there, and hopefully, let's prospector's pick. I don't think. Unable to craft. Okay, so there is no upgrade for it. It'd be purely down to the essence of soul and the fusion, which I've not seen. Dragon's Breath, we're not interested in Dragon's Breath. One Spirit I'm not interested in. Okay, so his attacks aren't as fast, but they are a lot more powerful. I can live with that. And we'll take our dodge chance. What games do I play in general? At the moment, I'm playing a couple of co-op games with some friends of mine, so we're doing some tower defense on one side. I think we're just starting up a playthrough of Dying Light. But me personally, I play a little bit of everything. I think my my Steam library is sitting somewhere around the 800 games mark. At some point, I will find a way to put what I've got available to play, or at least the ones that I'm willing to play on here, so people would get a bit of a say in what they see. So I'll put up kind of what ones I'm playing at the moment and what ones I'll be playing kind of strictly on here. Obviously, roguelike games like this are a lot easier since there's not too much of a story that you need to worry about. It's more get in there and see what you can do. Take a damage boost, a pillar of light, and a boundary stone move. And I'll swap out the accelerate. Right. Time for the boss. Let's see how this troll does against it now. Abyssal Lord versus a troll. And one sword swinging book. Oh god, yeah, new attacks. Not bad. Now I'll be coming in for the boss rush next. Stellar Drift, double MP cost, increased crit rate but double damage. Omen of Doom. Ooh. Not really interested in either of those right now. I don't think I've got the mana needed for Stellar Drift. Let's put Stellar Drift up the top here. $339, and this one. It's going to be 500 total. So if I took away one damage boost, 475. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think that's enough in order to cast the spell. Don't have a charge or anything either. Alright, that should be fine then. We'll leave it as is. And we'll put our sword up on this one. Oh. Ooh, okay. 25% reduction. So it'd be a 50% bonus. I might be able to do it. Okay, so if I move all of these up here. Now, 304. But if I were to take this one off and put in that, I wouldn't be able to afford it because it would be 507. Right, I can check the damage difference. 1,300. 979. Ooh, 300 off. But how much of that was... Okay, that's bonus off that though. Prospector's Vest, Replica Gloves, Octagonal Die. Again, not really any of these taking my interest. Guess I'm just putting all of them onto there. And do I have anything to come onto this bottom wand? Honestly, not at the moment. Let's just keep on going on into the ancient throne. Here we go. Shop all. Keep a hold of the split because we can combine those. I'll re-roll that. We're going into processing room. Energy save. And overload. Okay. Soul Link. Okay. Another Soul Link. Troll Serum. Another range boost. Hand of Cthulhu's can get combined. And splits can get combined. Another damage boost. Another mana boost. Shouldn't need more than one. Another overload. We'll keep that. And not bad. This could make for an interesting combo. So that will be those there. We'll take our damage boost out. We will put our Soul Link there. And we can combine our Soul Links again. And remove Fool. Size shot in and Magic reservoir for the sword. We'll keep a hold of the range boost in case we can combine that as we go forward. We will take full off of there. So 378 health. Plus 3 lots of 20%. So that is going to be 20, 40, 80, an extra 120 on top. 500, so that'd be 5,000, about 10,000 per crit. Alright. Let's see how it fares. Yeah, so long as it hits with the right one, it should do ridiculous amounts of damage. Easily done. And then Prospector's Pickaxe. I don't have much in the way of coins, but that is going to boost any and all damage I do. UK. I am from England. Sorry, I was very focused on trying to dodge as many of those shots as I could. Just a nerdy British guy playing games in his spare time. Not that I get much of it anymore. I'd say between trying to start your own business and all of the problems that come alongside that, having spare time to play games and relax, it is few and far between. So I try and make a little bit of time each day just to unwind and take it easy. There we go. Thank God for the 4-leaf clover. Activating those dodges is a lifesaver. Right, come on, troll. I believe in you. Yeah, there he is. Wondering where he disappeared to. Okay, Tranquil Bloom, Damage Crystal, and Track. We will. Let's just chuck these down the bottom. It'd be a refresh of 8. I reckon that should be enough to warrant moving this. Oh, you gotta do it. So one thing I've learned from all the stresses of trying to do these things yourself, you need to give yourself a chance to recover, or else you will burn yourself out. I mean, in the last year, I've opened up, I'd say 2 different shops. One of which is great over summer. Tourist trade is wonderful for it, but the winter trade is just awful. And as for the other half of it, it's a nice evening service that we're working on. I wouldn't say I've opened it yet. We're mid process on that one. And that obviously isn't any easier. As that's all happened just in the last year. Never any fun. But got things under control, got back to playing some games and relaxing, taking it easy. Even started doing all of this again, which is nice. Started doing it a long time ago. But now I get to just do it for myself. Let's see if we can't get our hands on a troll serum. Yes, let's get the energy saving mode, please. So energy saving mode plus. That's a nice big change. Keep a hold of parasite. Got 2 parasites. Another soul link. God. Another troll serum. Nice. Do I have any other normals that I can change? Other than range boost? Not really, other than split. Right. Keep it going. Rune hammer's a definite no. Another soul link plus. Oh god. Right, for one, that damage should be on this big guy. Soul link plus over traction. I've got 2 soul links there. I think Troll's Blood is probably better than a soul link right now. 462. Okay. Let's get these both on here. Anything else? Boundary Stone move is rare. These ones are rares. Normal damage. I can reroll a normal damage. In fact, I can combine and reroll the damage. Nope. Let me put a ++ up the top. Then I can reroll the damage. What did we end on? We ended on a soul link. Okay, I think that is as good as I am going to get right now. Puts me at just over 1,000 damage on the troll's hits. And that put me over 500 health on the Skull of Cthulhu. Going into Saber and Buddy. Oh. Keep on dodging Saber and Buddy there. Oh. Saber is down, just Buddy left. And not a hard one at all. We'll go with the Prospector's pick. Not a massive boost, but anything that adds to our damage, we can't complain at. And Indomitability. We can just hold on to for now. Keep on pushing through into the Worm Nest Legion. I'm hoping that our buddy here, the giant troll, with his AoE attacks, can help deal with all of these. Might not be doing enough. His attack could just be too slow. One. Oh, nope, they are on me. I do not have the movement speed for this. There we go. That one was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Let's hope we don't run into the same with Apostle here. It's taken a bit longer to take down than I had in yesterday's run. But as long as they're still taking damage, I'm fine with it. Okay. And use our reroll. That one is perfect, increasing crit damage. Would have been nice to get a few more of those. Let's go with a shop on our final one. Oh, perfect choice as well. Deducts HP into shield. Doesn't look like I picked up anything to gain back that HP. Increasing crit rates. boost up our coins. Use a refresh potion. Oh, 2 ultimate potions. Horrible luck. And right before the final boss. Another Skull of Cthulhu. We will take it, because that has just some added damage. And that's all that is available. Let's come through. One last soul link to add on before we hit that final boss room. And any kind of benefits we can add, we will add them. There we are. Endless Devourer. Let's go. Okay, it's getting damage in. That's some strong damage right at the start there. Okay, phase 2. That was short work. Would have been nice to get some potions ready for the end here, but this will do for now. Okay. Couple more hits and we're done. Not bad at all. Yeah, let's get our rewards. And for the first time, I've got the option to face the developer. Now, question is, have I boosted my giant troll enough for us to be able to beat the developer? Let's get this moved here. Okay. Let's give it a try. Multiplayer mode. No, my computer is not laggy enough. Okay. Up against the producer. What can our trolls do? Not a lot. And I definitely don't have the movement speed to be outrunning him. Okay, so the run can definitely get some improvements. I unfortunately am not going to be able to beat the developer this one. But that was a great first look at the troll. Yeah, definitely had a lot of fun playing with that. And now I know how that they work, I'll know to build it slightly differently the next time I come through. And what things I want to keep and remove from the banned spells list at the start. There we go. And with 11 chaos cores, I've got enough to pick up. Ooh. I can convert and pick up 1 extra set of spells for next run, which I think has got to be the maximization pack. Spell prototype, magic upgrade, area boost, and magic vine. There we go. So yeah, increased regen and increased max MP. Applying it to all wands. Spell prototype for easier fusions. And boost the first spell on both sides by 1 without exceeding the level cap. Oh, okay, that could be an amazing spell to get. Or spell boost to get. Now I just need to start unlocking all the others as I go. And drop in for that to officially max out my talents. And I will increase my shop refresh. And we're adding the recycler. And I might as well pop those in. But that is all I've got for today. I may come back and do another one later on. But thank you for watching and thank you for following. It's been nice having someone to chat with while I've been playing. So I hope you enjoyed and I hope I see you in again sometime. And good luck with your runs. I hope you find the troll and get to play around with it. It is definitely a fun spell. Well, take care of yourself. Good day, good evening, good night.